I'm sure you've seen this. At any point in your life, you've seen this. Especially if you live in a town or an urban center in a developing country, you usually have, there's so much common, and that's why usually have issues with epidemics. Like the other day we had a cholera in Kiambu that was very stubborn. We have so many cases of typhoid and yeah, all of those. So this is one of the reasons, and I'm going to tell you the reason why you're not sick yet. One, and before we even get there, let's have some context. For those who don't understand, for those who live in better areas, who don't understand what's going on in this photo or in this video, we have a pipe carrying fresh water sharing the same route with sewage systems. So at the side of the road, we have road drainage system. Sometimes we have dedicated sewage routes, which are very few sometimes. Yeah, that's why we have a case like that one. So in areas where you don't have that sewage route, what usually happens is people drain sewage from the apartments all the way to the side of the road. We have that drainage system, it's a ditch that carries that all the way to the main drainage system or wherever it goes. But then we also need to have water, fresh water, coming all the way from the city council supply stations and then going all the way to your house. In case maybe you don't have dedicated channels for fresh water and for the sewerage routes, they end up sharing the route like you've seen in those photos, in those videos. I keep calling them photos. So I'm going to tell you why you're not sick yet by using water from that pipe that comes all the way to your house. And some of the reasons why taking water from that pipe might also be potentially a hazard to your health. Now, one of the reasons is the fact that that pipe is plastic and it's waterproof. So nothing is going to leak into the fresh water that's being carried in that pipe. Now, what happens is in that pipe, water is under pressure. And the water inside there is treated also, so it has residues from chlorine. And now, in case maybe you have a puncture, because water inside there is under pressure, the only thing that you're going to get is water coming out. Because you have pressure, the only thing that you're going to get is water leaking. Okay, we might have some jets splashing out of that pipe going out, so not allowing anything to come out. So anything trying to force the way in will be forced out by the pressure from the pipe. You might have some issues with the water inside there, because not all the time you are going to find water in that pipe. Yeah, you might find in a certain estate, maybe they usually receive water maybe on Thursdays and Fridays, others over the weekend. So that time when there's no pressure inside that pipe, what will happen is, in case there's a puncture or there's a joint which is loose, water from the sewerage system will seep into that pipe. And guess what? On Thursday, that's when you're getting water. The water which is under pressure will push that whatever will have leaked into that pipe all the way to your tap. That's why sometimes when you don't get water for quite a time in your tap, and then you receive water, what will happen is you open your tap, the water will not be clean. Might be dirty, might look blackish, brownish, and that's partly one of the reasons. The other reason why it might not be clean is because sometimes you have the iron pipes, they might be rusting, so they carry all that all the way to your tap. So that's why you might find that water, yeah, it looks usually, sometimes you might even find that water smelling kind of a way. So there's a way that rust usually smells, so which is totally different from how a sewerage carried through your pipe will smell like. Yeah, anyway, so that's the reason. So what will happen is you get some of that water in your tap. Maybe you fetch that water, you drink directly without even boiling or treating that water. You might find so much stomach discomfort. You have organisms, you have cholera, you have typhoid, a lot of them there. So it's not the best thing for you to just put that cup on your tap and then drink that water directly. Try to boil water or treat it. We have so many things like you can use to disinfect your water. treating it. So it's very essential for any water coming from the city council or any drinking water be treated. So they usually put chlorine in that water, and that's what usually help. You usually don't have so many cases. So the residues will kill anything alive in that water, anything living there, any organism in that water will be killed. But what if the water took long enough to a point where in that joint a lot of it leaked into inside there, you definitely know what will happen. Anyway, that was my take. So the government try to, in case maybe you are trying to make any project, usually make sure you have dedicated channels where water, clean water will run through. And public health, you are letting us down. You should be patrolling all the way to make sure that everyone who is connected to a water system is connected to a dedicated sewer system. Something else I've noted, and I'm going to make a video about, we usually have the sewer systems drained into some of those areas out there, and the unfortunate thing is that water is kind of being used by people to grow vegetables, some to grow arrowroots, yams, a lot. So I'm going to go to one of the areas and try to follow up and see where they usually get their water to grow their vegetables around Nairobi. Public health, I'm calling you to just come and try to do something about this, because this is a disaster in waiting.